Ladies and gentlemen, and friends, the Baltimore Ravens.
Johnny Unitas needs 17 more to break Kittle's record as the all-time passer in the National Football League.
We all know that Lamar Jackson has serious star power. The Ravens have the best record in the league. He has a top selling.
Zappi. Oh, a big foul touchdown. My goodness. Michael Pierce.
The Baltimore Ravens select Lamar Jackson.
There it is. Wow. This is the instincts, the God-given gives the awareness to go beat him to the punt.
What's up, y'all? What's going on? As you can see, the crew is back. I know y'all missed us. We took a layoff, took a break. All the fellas have got their hands in so much. And so sometimes you got to take a step away, take care of some other things, and then we come back to it. Fortunately for us, there hasn't been a lot going on. And so we haven't missed too much. And hopefully you guys didn't miss us too much. I'm joined here by the usual suspects, my man, Coach War. We got the big man in the middle, Michael Pierce, and you got myself. And we here bringing you another episode of the BlackWing Playbook. Thank you for following us, subscribing to us, and supporting us. For all of you who reached out to us when we were taking our break, asking us when we were coming back. We appreciate that. So what's up, fellas? How we feeling? How we doing?
Oh, shit. I'll go first. We good, man. Busy. This camp season, we got a couple kids traveling across the country and all that stuff, and summer workouts and all that, and taking care of myself, man. Working my tail out and enjoying the summer so far. What about yourself?
Hey, man, I'm good. Same, working, family, coaching. I started my own 7-on-7 travel competitive team. I have a girls team, 17U, and a boys team, 17 and under as well. So we be traveling and playing ball and teaching these kids the game, man, because the game has given us so much. It's only right that we give back to the game, right? And so we do so many ways with this podcast, with the other things that we do. And so that's what I've been up to. Coach, what about you?
Yeah, man. Like Mike said, it's camp season. On that same tune, we got our first official offer for one of my linemen, North Dakota State, full ride. So we trending in the right direction. Hopefully, we can continue to do what we do, and giving back to this game that has given us so much. For me, it's refreshing. So,
absolutely. So, as you said, man. The game has given us so much, and we thank the game. Thank you for giving us a platform and an opportunity to talk ball and be a part of it, coaching it, playing it, what have you. It's a blessing. All right, so look, man, we got a lot to talk about. They're smack dab up in the middle of OTAs, mandatory OTAs, getting ready to go on that break before training camp. I know you guys haven't seen us in a while, so I know you haven't heard our opinions about the schedule. So we'll start there. Let's start with the schedule. And I'll go ahead and share our screen here. We're going to go through the games so you can hear our opinions on what we think about the schedule and, how many wins and losses we see possibly with this schedule. So here you go. Schedule's here. Week 1, Indianapolis, Colts, September 13th in Indianapolis. What are we thinking about that one, Coach?
Yeah, I like our chances. They got some injuries. They lost some pieces offensively, but we got to come in and we got to handle our business because, again, it's a new system, new team, different expectations and whatnot. And I just felt like, hey, look, this is a prime time to show off our new toys and show off the new coaching staff and their capabilities. So.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't hear you, Matt.
You muted, Matt.
Oh, I'm the one that's muted. My bad. I was sitting here saying, Mike is having some technical issues. It's me having the technical issues. See, this is what happens when you take a break, man. Anyway, Mike, what you think? Indianapolis Colts, week 1 in Indianapolis. What are your memories even playing up there? How many times have you played up there? What's your memories of playing up there? And what do you think about week 1?
I think I've only played. Matter of fact, I think I just played up there in the preseason. And we stayed there for we had a big brawl with them folks one year when we did the inter squad practices. So if you are a fan and you want to see some wild junk, go look that up on YouTube. I think that was like 2018, if I'm not mistaken. No, that junk was crazy. That was crazy. But no, man, that's just that's gonna be a lot of emotion. That's gonna be, the first time Coach Mentor gets to showcase what he's about. Declan Doyle, defensive staff, Coach Weaver, and all them. So I'm sure the boys gonna be charged up for that one, just to make a statement on how they season supposed to go. So I've never been a big Daniel Jones fan, and I think bro threw like 19 touchdowns and quite a few interceptions. So look for our back end to come out and make a statement. That's what I'm more excited to see. Obviously our offense, but just see how our back end looks and see if we can get back to that cohesive unit we had a few years ago.
No, absolutely. I feel the same way. This defense has an opportunity to start fast with the schedule. Just looking at the couple of games that we have to start the season, they have an opportunity to start fast, and so it's going to come down to the secondary. Obviously, that's probably, the area of the team that you probably have the most confidence in as far as the defense is concerned. You got Kyle coming back. You know what he is. Malachi Starks is his second year in the league. Nate Wiggins his third. You brought back Chidobe Awuzie. You bring in Jalen Hawkins. Marlon Humphrey, is still there. So you expect that group to kind of hit the ground running. That's also happens to be.
That's the big one.
Big play Nate for sure. And then that's Jesse's that's his expertise, right? The secondary. So you expect that group to be ready to go. The pass rushers should help. Trey Hendrickson, Mike Green, Calais Campbell's back, Travis Jones. All those guys. You expect the front to be able to be much better this year, and Roquan definitely needs to have a better year this year than he had last year. So I do expect a fast start defensively. That game scares me, though. I will say this. So people have been asking me what I think about wins and losses or whatever. I feel like that might be the one that, maybe we start off 0-1. And the only reason I'm saying that is Indy always seems to be a tough team at home, right? They play tough at home. It's the first year of our team with a new head coach, new coaching staff. How many of the kinks they're going to have to get out week 1, and then how long is it going to take, right? There's going to be some mistakes, some growing pains. You expect that with a new coaching staff. What type of adjustments they make in game week 1 on the road against a team that frankly should have made the playoffs last year. They were the 1 seed for more than half the season, and then they fell apart when Daniel Jones got hurt. So I'm thinking about Jonathan Taylor in the backfield. I'm thinking about, Alec Pierce, who they just paid. Josh Downs. That's another receiver they have. I feel like I'm missing. And then Tyler Warren at tight end. And they pretty tough on defense too. So
Pittman there, right?
No, they traded Pittman to the Steelers.
He gone.
They traded him to the Steelers. But it's another guy. Who's the other receiver out there, Coach? I know it's Alec Pierce.
Yeah, they got our old boy from the Titans with the hyphenated name, Westbrook something.
Oh, they got Westbrook Akina?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Westbrook Akina. And then they got, obviously, they still got old Mo Alley Cox, and then Burks. They got Deion Burks in the
Deion
draft.
Burks in the draft. Okay. Yeah,
they got a solid little group. For me, I think it's going to be how much can we control in the run game, because the last time we played them, if I remember correctly, Jonathan Taylor kind of dual threaded us to death, in the pass game and the run game. So I think if we can control those big plays, I think we'll be okay. And then I don't know if Daniel Jones is going to be good when it comes down to the full slate of a starter because he's coming off that Achilles. So, and then if that is the case, now that again, I don't pray injury on anybody, but it's more advantageous for us to play against a guy who hadn't got a lot of first team reps. So,
no doubt. So it'll be a tough one. Coach, what do you think? You think that's a win? Or you think that's a L?
Yeah, I think it's a win for us. Because I feel like again the motivation to prove to people like, hey, we do belong, or that year that we had last year, it's not the same team. I just feel like there's a little bit more motivation for the Ravens to come out, and it's an AFC game too. That's the other team because we know like, hey, we drop a game like this, that can come back and bite us in the butt later on in the schedule. And as you look at the schedule is shape-shifting to be exactly that if we don't come out and handle business early. So,
yeah, that makes sense. Then you got week 2 at home against the Saints. Mike, how you feel about that one?
That should be a layup. Yeah, it ain't too much for me to say. If we don't handle business in there, I'll be very concerned. Just with the quarterback situation that they have, I don't think the Saints defense was worth too much either.
Yeah.
So
they're young too.
It'd be interesting. Like I said, we can't let Alvin Kamara and Travis Etienne get going, but I think if we can stomp out their run game on defense, that should be a layup.
Yeah, Coach, your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as Mike. Look, if you're gonna try something or a trick play or something, this is one of the weeks to try it. Because again, it's just being honest. Like, hey, they got a lot of moving pieces in the Saints, a lot of young pieces. So again, it's one of those teams that you like, hey, look, you got to kind of take advantage of them. So,
yeah, man. I will say this though, they are good. They're a young team. I want to call them good yet. They haven't earned that part yet, but they're a good young team as far as the talent. And they're going to be interesting to watch next season. I don't know if they're going to win a lot of games, but they'll for sure be interesting to watch. And I'm excited to see some of the young players they have. Right, Jordan Tyson's now over there. Tyler Shuck, who kind of surprised some folks last year with the way he played. Right, you add that to they brought in Travis Etienne. Right, if they can keep the receiver. What's the receiver's name? Always injured.
Olave?
Yeah, if you can keep Olave healthy and Alvin Kamara, maybe they can make a little noise in the NFC South. But yeah, I agree with Mike. It should be a layup. Shouldn't be too hard. They go in there, take care of business, especially after, to me, what I think is a tough game to start the season on the road in Indianapolis. And that takes us to week 3. We have the Cowboys, and that one is in Rio.
Mm-hmm.
That one's going to be interesting. Mike, I see you shake it. What do you think about that one, Mike? Cowboys in Rio.
That might be a toss-up. It depends on how our secondary look.
Yeah, that's true.
Them people, they got some weapons, man.
They got some dogs in that team.
I think a second year of Dak, CD gonna be fully healthy coming into the season, and pick that duo. I'm gonna roll that duo over anybody probably. So now I'm excited to see how our secondary play on that. So we're gonna know what Jesse Miller, if we getting our money's worth. That's gonna be a big test. And then it's just I don't know the time zone of Rio in Brazil, but that's gonna be a test, and then that's gonna be an extra hard game for both teams just because of the travel.
Yep. It's a 4:25 p.m. kickoff time. I don't know what time that is in Rio, but yeah, that's gonna be a tough, like you said, tough game for both teams. The Ravens have never been to Rio.
Be exciting.
Yeah, that'll be exciting. They've never been to Rio, and the thing is that game from a defensive standpoint, it's strength on strength, right? It's their receivers versus our DBs, and like you said, Jesse Minter, we're gonna find out just how good you are because that game is going to be one to me with coaching because the talent across the board is kind of even a little bit, right? Like they got guys, we got guys, but in that situation, it comes down to what coach can set up their players for success the most, right? Get opportunities, adjustments, things like that. I mean, because trying to handle Pickens and CeeDee Lamb and Ferguson tight end at the same time, that's tough. That's a full day's work. And then you got Javonte Williams in the backfield, and you got Dak Prescott. Yeah, that's tough. And they O-line ain't no joke. Their O-line is pretty good because they've been investing in it.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts, Coach?
Yeah, I think the key to the game is what you kind of was hitting at just now, the O-line, because they've made multiple investments over these last 3 years in that O-line, and you look at it, it's dang near all pro at every position. So again, I think that's going to be the key to being able to allow these guys to get upfield and get into their routes and frustrate the defense. So I think the O-line versus our D-line is going to be the key to the game. I know that seems kind of cliche, but this particular one is whichever unit travels the best because we witnessed good Ravens in the foreign territory, and we witnessed bad Ravens in the territory. And I just hope we don't get that Jacksonville game all over again. Please don't give us that no more. So I hope they come in, they locked in, and they understand what's ahead of them, and we just don't look bad in this particular outing.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. That's a full day's work, but I'm sure they're looking at us thinking the same thing. They're looking at the Ravens saying, you know what, that's tough to have play a team like that on the road. I mean, well, it's a road for everybody, but to have to play a team like that, forget on the road, out of the country. You know what I'm saying? So to have to play a team like that, if you're gonna play out of the country, you kind of want an easier game, in my opinion. And so, but I think it's fair. The Cowboys are good, we're good, and we're gonna find out just, I guess, how good we are or they are.
That stadium probably gonna be electric.
Yeah,
that's probably gonna be wild.
And I'm sure, like the Cowboys are a bigger brand, so they got
a good brand. Yeah, it's gonna be pro Cowboys and
it's gonna be super pro Cowboys.
If you think about just the global marketing in itself, I think that's gonna be huge for the game of football as a whole. So again, that's another reason why I was like, hey, look, all right, man, if you guys really want to be ambassadors of American football, show everybody why we need to learn how to play this game. So.
Yeah, Cowboys got that global brand, man. They definitely it's definitely gonna be pro Cowboy up in that joint. Then we go to week 4, we got Tennessee Titans. Coach, your thoughts on that one?
Again, we can't overlook this team. I know people want to look at Tennessee and say, hey, you know what? It's another layup game, but you got to understand they have coaches that are known to get maximum production out of just anybody. I'm pretty sure last year in San Fran, they was down to public stock boys in the secondary, and they still was getting things done. So at the end, look, Robert Saleh, you good in my book, and I believe wholeheartedly he's gonna have those guys charged up and ready to go. And he got some good young pieces, some good veteran pieces. And I'm just saying this would be the game. If the Ravens are going to overlook a game early, I would think this would be one of them. So I need them to think about like, hey, look, this Pittsburgh week almost. That's how I need them to be ready because I do believe Tennessee has that. A lot of people overlooking us. They don't think we can make any kind of noise. And then we've also seen head coaches have success in their first year in the NFL. So.
Hey, an under the radar storyline in this game. This is Derrick Henry's first game against the Tennessee Titans since leaving there. So I feel like there'll be a little extra motivation to get that win for him, and they might want to run the offense through him that day because I'm sure he's going to want it, right? He's going to want the rock early and often. Mike, so you went and you only played for 2 teams, right? You played for the Vikings and the Ravens, and you never had the fortune of playing against the Ravens as a Viking. Did you ever think about what that was going to be like? If it would have happened? I think we were.
Yeah, I was supposed to. I was hurt.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Hurt. But I was about to. It was gonna be some damage being done. There's gonna be some damage being done. Now, it's like I said, it may be a little different for Derek, but like at the time when I had left the Ravens, all our O-line was the same outside of yonder.
Right.
So I kind of knew them guys.
You was very familiar
with them for a long, long time.
Mm-hmm.
So no. It would have been fun. Side note, I think Derrick Henry probably need a statue outside that new stadium.
I do too. Yeah, I agree.
I don't know how many Hall of Famers they got, but ain't nobody did it like him outside of Eddie George. Matter of fact, they probably need a statue of both of them. Yep. They just pillars in that
they are.
Organization.
Right. Stephen Harris, like I think their only MVP. I think he's the only MVP that
is he. He was in the Hall, right?
No, he didn't get in the Hall yet. He was a co-MVP with Peyton Manning 1 year. Him and Peyton Manning shared MVP. But yeah, he. I think when I think about the Tennessee Titans, I think about Stephen Nair, I think about Eddie George, Derrick Henry, and I think about Chris Johnson, CJ2K. Those are the 4 players I think about when I think about the Titans. And
what about Javon Curse?
Oh yeah, the freak. Yeah, the freak.
Yeah. I don't know.
But just first blush, right? First blush, first thought is Eddie George, right? Off the break. Then Steve, maybe Derrick Henry, depending on how old you are. And then obviously CJ2K. That was, they keep running backs though. Think about that franchise. Going back to the Oilers, you had Earl Campbell.
Yeah, Earl Dan Campbell. Boy.
Yeah, Earl Campbell.
Sheesh.
Derrick Henry, Eddie George, Chris Johnson. Yeesh. This is the first time that they haven't had like a dominant back. That's why people thought they would draft Jeremiah Love. Because Tennessee they're just synonymous with dominant running backs. They're probably RBU in the NFL. Like they're the running back team of the league. They always have a guy.
You can make an argument for him. But
who would you say then, Coach? I was just about to ask that question. Who would you say is the running back RBU in the NFL?
If I'm talking like collectively in their entire history, the Rams could be up there too because Marshall Faulk,
Dickerson,
Marshall
Faulk, and then we ain't even talking about Steven Jackson, the Todd Gurley's of the world.
Hurt, right?
Jerome Bettis started there, but most people
exactly. You know what I'm saying? So
that is
I think we would have to look at it because if we're just looking at like just pure style of running back, I think these guys, the Rams probably have a more complete package. Now, I will argue now, if you add them all together, Eddie George, CJ2K, and Derrick Henry, man.
And then Earl Campbell, you got to throw Earl in there.
Yeah, right. So again, I would make an argument if you want to say most feared running backs. I would say okay.
No, though Marshall Faulk and Eric Dickerson were pretty feared. Todd Gurley was if he went for the off-righters, man, that dude could have had a whole team career.
And then we're not even talking. We're not even talking about the other guys, like the guys that didn't have a super long career. Because what's the guy that he gave me Jones Drew vibes? Zach Stacy. We're not even talking about guys like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So again, you got guys like that chipping in with it. I say like.
What about Pittsburgh? Would they be in that?
I'm about to say you got Franco Harris, you got
What about the Steelers?
They ain't got no burner like that up there though. That's
they always got they got between the tackles, pounders. Like they got
I don't know who the running back was that Franco with Lynn Swan now?
Yeah, that was Franco.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Franco.
I don't know nobody past Franco though.
Jerome Bettis. You know Bettis.
Yeah, no, I'm saying prior to.
No, me neither. I don't know nobody before them. But yeah, you got Franco, Jerome Bettis. You had Le'Veon Bell, Willie Parker was pretty good.
Willie Parker was all right. He was just hurt all the time.
Yeah, he was tough for them.
Yeah, they ain't fooling with the Titans.
No,
but we way off track.
Yeah, we all track. Anyway, let's get back on track. Week 5.
I think we need to beat them. I'm the last one to talk. I think, but yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I like Saleh a lot. I know his defense was amazing in New York. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we need it. If we are who we think we are, we just need to beat them.
Hey, that's a battle of 2 rookie head coaches too. You know,
Saleh ain't no rookie.
Saleh's not a rookie, but it's his first year.
Yeah, it's just his first year in the Titans. Yeah.
But Holmes is a rookie.
No, Jesse is legit a rookie.
A legit rookie.
Yeah, he's a legit rookie.
Hey, if you want the throne, if you want the crown, there's a way to take it.
All right, then that takes us to week 4. Atlanta Falcons. That's a primetime game, Sunday Night Football in Atlanta. What we thinking, fellas?
Hey, it need to be another BTA. BTA, don't play with them. I'm being like we can't come out playing around with them. We can't don't go to Magic City. If any of the Ravens fans, if any of the Ravens players, staff, all y'all, I don't care who it is, don't go to Magic City.
Don't go early.
If you go to Magic City after the game. Go to Magic City after the game. Don't go before.
Go celebrate the victory after the game. Have you played in Atlanta, Mike?
Mm-hmm.
Did you go to Magic
City? That joint gonna be tough. That's the closest game to it's a Monday night. Yeah, I might have to not report to work.
Hey, man.
I might have to go up there.
Get some wings,
I might have to go to that.
Yeah, everybody talking about going to that game. Everybody,
listen.
I was there. It's gonna be wild out there.
It is.
People gonna be rolling with Lamar in there too,
bro. Sunday night in Atlanta. Oh yeah, and we didn't. Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. My boy DMV, shout out to him. He said he already got his tickets.
Bro, listen to me. When I say Atlanta is Baltimore South, look, I went to that game. Was it 2020? I think or 2022 or something like that. Whenever they came, I went to it, right? And bro, listen to me. It was like I was at M&T, and I was like, "Dang, I didn't realize this many Raven fans is down here."
Oh yeah, you know, Ravens fans travel now. It's gonna be a crazy game. I gotta go down there and get me some lemon pepper wings, man. Shout out to Lemon Pepper Drive.
I might slide up there. I might slide up there for real.
Get some lemon pepper wings.
Hey, just gotta get to 65, bro. Go hit 65. We good.
Hey, they got the best lemon pepper wings too. So, all right, well, I mean, that's gonna be a tough game. Atlanta's got some talent though. Like real talk. Like I know when we think about Atlanta. First blush, we don't think much, but when you really think about Atlanta, I mean, if they can figure out the quarterback situation, whether it's Tua or Penix, they got something. Bijan Robinson is no joke, right? He's definitely somebody they're gonna have to worry about. Drake London, they just gave him an extension. They brought back Kyle Pitts, and they're playing against a coach that they're very familiar with, in Stefanski, who's the head coach of the Falcons now. So he has gone against the Ravens twice a year for the last 4 or 5 years. Of course, he knows how to beat the Ravens, right? He's beaten them before, so
not often,
right?
I just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah. Let's preface that he wasn't beating them on a regular, but he got him a couple times, So
yeah, like 12-9, something like that.
He's at like 12-9. I don't even think it's 12-9. I don't even think it's that close, to be honest.
I'm about to say if it's that close, it's not.
No, I'm talking about the score. I'm talking about the score when he did beat us. 12-9, something like that.
Was he the coach in 2019 when they boat raced us at home? That was the year we all won. That was the year y'all went to. Y'all had to watch.
The year he might have won Coach of the Year one of them times.
I think he did. Yeah, that was the year because
he had like Odell and Jarvis.
Yeah, he had
talent. He was fumbling some talent. But I don't believe in their quarterbacks.
Nick Chubb.
We need to beat them.
Nick Chubb was rolling that game. Yeah, I think that was 2019. That was the year because that was the last game y'all lost in 2019. After that game, y'all didn't lose anymore. Y'all started off 2-2, lost to the Chiefs, lost to the Browns, and then
we lost them at home. Yep.
Mm-hmm. And then after that, y'all won 12 straight. I was like, that's crazy. Oh man. Okay, so Byron said that was Kitchens. Kitchens in 2019, really?
Freddie Kitchens?
In 2019? I thought he left in 2018.
Yeah, no,
He's really right though.
I think so.
He probably right.
Because matter of fact, yeah, he is because they made fun of him. They made fun of their coach, like how you beat the Ravens and then you lose the all the things they lost.
All right. Well, speaking of the Browns,
Fancy won coach of the year 2020 and 2023.
Yeah. So he had his first year as a coach. Oh, that's crazy. That was his first year as head coach of the Browns, and he won it. Well, speaking of the Browns, the next game on the docket is the Browns, October 18th, 1 p.m. game. What do we think about that one? It's a road game, by the way, so in Cleveland. That's either going to be Deshaun Watson or it's going to be Shedeur Sanders. I do like what they're building in Cleveland. A lot of good young talent. I'm not really sure about Todd Monken. Not really sure about the quarterback situation, kind of like with Atlanta. Although I do think Cleveland's quarterback situation is slightly better because I do like Shedeur. Deshaun, if he can find out, look in the mirror and find out who he used to be, that'd be good for them. But overall, they added talent. Former Raven Tylan Wallace went over there in the offseason, so now he's a Brown. Went over there in free agency. They had a breakout year from their rookie tight end last year.
Fannin, something like that.
Yeah, Harold Fannin Jr.
Holmes was smooth.
He's smooth. He's smooth. He reminded me of Likely a little bit.
Yeah. I think Judkins being back is what's really good.
Judkins is tough.
Yeah, because he's different than Sampson, right?
No, yeah.
And I think having a different dynamic in the backfield, along with those wide receivers and the receiving threat from the tight end, I think again the Ravens got to come out and handle business because we've seen the Ravens come out like kind of I won't say overlook them, but kind of think they were slouches, and then next thing you know, we're in a shootout with Jameis Winston. You know what I'm saying? Then it gets them, but it just it was one of those ones. It's just like, come on, man.
I remember that game. That game was crazy.
I'm sitting there like, bro, who is it? Is this damn Black Joe Montana or somebody? Like, who is this guy?
I'm watching the game, I'm like, he's not even that good. Like, the crazy part is
from a person who used to be out there, it don't even be that folks is overlooked. I don't know what it is. I don't know something at halftime we be about to lose at their damn stadium. And I don't know what it is, but yeah,
bro,
it's crazy.
Bro, and one thing we know Jameis is going to do, he's going to serve up some interceptions. And he was serving them up. We just kept dropping them.
But we dropped
Kyle Hamilton had the game winner.
Yes, bro.
Yeah.
Game winner hit him in the chest.
In the locker room. Torn calf. Yep, I remember that. Yep, I remember that.
Hit him in the chest. He was he could have fair caught the ball. It was hit him right there. And boom. I'm like, come on, Kyle. Extend your hand, your arms, catch the ball with your hands. He tried to, body catch it and it bounced off his pads. He dropped one. I think
didn't they say Marlowe dropped one?
Marlowe dropped one. Eddie Jackson dropped one. Speaking of Eddie Jackson, he had a rough go of it that day. I think that's what got him out of town.
Hey, somebody won their fantasy matchup that week.
Man,
my goodness,
cooking us. That was one of them games where you just sitting there quiet watching the game and your wife talks and you just quiet. And she's like, "What's wrong?" I'm just like, "I'm confused." I'm confused. I don't. This ain't the Ravens from last week. I don't know what's.
I'm about to take a long nap. That's what I be thinking.
I'm about to take a nap. Exactly. All right. Well then, that should be. I mean, Todd Monken, he gonna want to get one. You know how it is. You're always motivated to go against a team that you believe that didn't believe in you. Whether it's true or not, we all look for something an edge or something, a little chip on the shoulder. They didn't believe in me. They got rid of me. They scapegoated me, whatever the case. They're going to want to be up for that game. It is home in Cleveland. They are talented. I was going to say, who Quinshon Judkins reminds me of? And you Alabama boys know exactly who Trent Richardson. I think he's gonna be a better pro than Trent Richardson, but he reminds me a lot of Trent Richardson. Am I off on that? His running style, his low center of gravity, the way he's built, he reminds me of Richardson.
I mean, which Trent Richardson? Because it matters.
I mean,
Mike ain't trying to be funny.
I'm saying,
my man, he good people. You mean I understand what you're saying.
You know what I mean? I don't mean like they're gonna have the same career. I just mean,
clearly I was a fan of Trent. Now
Trent
I like
tough.
Judkins. He actually from Alabama. He from Mobile.
Not
Mobile. Montgomery. Sorry.
That's what I'm saying. All them Alabama. He reminds me of Trent. When Trent was at his peak at Alabama, like he could do a lot of the same stuff. You know, the stiff arming guys, quickie. He's quicker than you think. You know, when he gets out in the open field, he can outrun you. You know, if he needs to. It kind of reminds me of Trent. I mean, it's funny because Trent was also drafted by the Browns as well. So, you know, hopefully Quinshawn has a better career than Trent Richardson. Next game, Cincinnati Bengals, October 25th at 1 p.m. That one is a home game. First matchup with the Bengals. What we think about that one?
4th of July in October, baby. That's what it's gonna look. Listen, because
I don't need no more of them games. I'm sorry. I don't need no more 46 to 42 games.
It's set up. It's unfortunately it is set up to be just that because we've seen it to where both teams just said, you know what, defense, we don't even care about it. It's bust after bust. I'm talking about it's uncharacteristic bust after bust after bust. I'm talking about simple stuff. Like I'm just like, bro, we're not even following the tight end up the seam route. Like we know that's a thing, and we giving it up to players that, hey, they've never done that in their career. The other thing is like we lax. We get lax when we play that type of football. Like, hey, we're not covering the ball up when we get to the end zone. We're not running through our progressions. It just I don't know. I just don't know what it is. It's like it feel like we gotta have a shootout with the Bengals every year. So
not this year. I think we brought Jesse in to get no more shootouts, man.
Hey, them people got so many weapons. It ain't.
They are tough. They
just like running up on the Chiefs back in the day.
Yeah, they tough. And they should have a better defense this year too. They should have a better. I mean, they brought your boy in, Dexter Lawrence. I know we talked about.
They got our guy too, Lando.
Yeah, they got Landon Robinson, who we
just like look, man. That could be something special in the middle right there.
Dexter Lawrence on that defense though in the middle, man. That was a good pickup, you know. And then they picked up
whoever our center is.
Yeah,
an extra lift
that week. If you normally do 12, do 13. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna need it. Then you have Cassius Howard, they drafted in the second round.
And then hopefully this will be good for Shamar Stewart. He can develop into something too. So if he can develop into something, and then what they do in the linebacker core, they picked up somebody in linebacker as well. Because I know they lost what's that, Gaither or whatever it is, or Prather or whatever. They lost him.
Oh yeah,
yeah. And they got somebody in free agency. So I think that the key to that game obviously is going to be what kind of compliment they're going to get outside of the receiving corps.
So this is what they brought in. They brought in Dexter Lawrence. They brought in Jonathan Allen, another Bama boy, D tackle.
He need a rebound, yeah.
They brought in Boye Mafe from Seattle.
Good rusher.
Yeah, good rusher. They brought in safety Brian Cook from the Chiefs, Kyle Duggar from the Patriots.
Special teams guy.
They get Cassius Howell, Takario Davis in the draft, and then they re-signed Joe Flacco. And and their departures are Trey Hendrickson to the Ravens and Geno Stone to the Bills.
How old is Joe?
Man, Joe like 42. For sure.
Hey, look, hey, he's still gonna give you 3 good games at least, bro.
You know the funny part is, so I remember when Tom Brady, all the talk was, could he play to his 40s, right? And he was like, yeah, I think I can do it. I can think it. Nobody ever thought Joe Flacco would play into his 40s.
Joe was out of the league for a little second.
Yeah, he took a break.
In and out, and then he just had a Revitalization. That was
Man, he got to pay for them kids. He was bumping out.
Hey, y'all said that man
insurance like Phillip Rivers.
My man, like Phillip Rivers, he out there let him go.
Y'all said he went to visit Dr. Miami. You got some more body parts put in him?
He's 41, man. He just turned 41.
Been able to stretch mine out a little longer, but
he just turned 41 in January. So, yeah, Joe's still going strong, man. 41 years old. You know, still out there.
You know, yeah, he holding the clipboard. So
he got 5 kids. You know, the funny part, I think he got 5 kids, and you know, he got his number's 5. You know what I mean? Like, so shout out to Joe Flacco, man. If you can play, keep playing. That's all I say. If you can do it, and they keep giving you money for it, keep doing it. All right, then the next game we got week 8. Buffalo Bills, circle the wagons. 1 p.m. Circle the wagons.
Where's it at?
It is in Buffalo.
Oh, shoot.
Hey, listen to me. Hey, I need all the ancestors of Baltimore to raise up for this one. Because look, I'm just be honest. This is the last couple of times we played them.
Here, boy.
The last couple of times we played them, left some sour taste in our mouths. As fans, as players, because it's like, look, we had them on the ropes a couple of times and we couldn't close things out. So, hey, we got to right that wrong.
Yeah, we need to gain confidence against them folks.
For sure. Bro, they got a new stadium, too.
We ain't had no confidence against the Chiefs. I mean, not actually, but, yeah, we need to beat them for some, good vibes. Especially
I mean, it's a new stadium, right? They got a new stadium this year, so it'd be nice to go up there and get a dub in their new stadium.
Hey, we typically do well when either there's the last game in the stadium or a new stadium. We typically do well, so that may, good point, Matt. That may be, the underlier there for us.
Yeah, we do normally close out stadiums very well, and we open them pretty good as well. So they got to win that game, man. It's been some, they've had our number the last few times that we played them. And honestly, I can't even say they've had our number. We seem to stub our toe when we play them. Just uncharacteristic mistakes, things that usually just doesn't happen, happens. I mean, they gave up 28 points in the fourth quarter last year in a game in which they were running away with it. I mean, honestly, Lamar should have been sitting on the sideline in the fourth quarter, but instead, they gave up 28 points in the fourth quarter and lost the game. So, can't have that anymore. But that's going to be a good game. 1 o'clock start. It's good. At least it's not in prime time. Let's play it early, get it out the way, see how that goes. The next week, you got week 9. We got November 5th against Jacksonville. That is a primetime game, Thursday night football at 8:15. Speaking of tough places to play, Jacksonville is one of those unexplained places that weird things happen when you go up there in Jacksonville. Coach.
Really?
Yeah, man. What's our record in Jacksonville? I don't think it's very good.
Last time I was there, we beat the brakes off them people, and they were supposed to be really good.
Was that the year Deshaun Jackson was on the team? And he made that deep catch, that deep ball catch?
Yeah, the one that he should have scored on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It was like 65 yards or something like that. Something crazy.
I think we played him in 23.
Yeah, man. That Jacksonville be having our number up there. I don't know what it is, but just historically, when the Ravens have gone up there.
Yeah, 2022 is when we played them in Jacksonville, and we lost 27-28. And yeah, I remember this.
Yep. So this is it. So the Ravens have an all-time away record of 4-8 in Jacksonville against the Jaguars. 4-8. See, like so December 17th, 2023, that was your team, Mike. Y'all won 23-7.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Y'all boat raced them. November 27th, the year before that, in 2022, you guys went up there and you lost by 1, 28-27.
Oh, I was hurt. I don't think I wasn't there. That's why I don't remember.
Then the last time before that was 2017, and the Ravens got whooped 44-7. Oh, 44
I had to be out there for that. So dang,
what in the world?
Mm-hmm. That's the London game, right? That was the London game.
No, I think that was the London game.
Yeah,
and then
because I remember, and I was just sitting there saying, I was saying to myself, I was like, there is no way, 6 points.
Then the Ravens played in 2020 COVID year. The Ravens played the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field, and the Ravens won 40-14.
I wasn't a part of that, but that was good.
That was a pretty good one. That was a good one, shellacking. But yeah, all-time road record 4-8. Yeah, that 44-7 was crazy.
Yeah,
that London game.
God.
Yeah, that London game should have got some people fired. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I got destroyed. Yeah, we got destroyed.
44-7.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said, look,
you was on that team, Mike, right?
Yeah, I was asleep on the bus before the game. I was asleep, bro. No cap. I was asleep.
Oh my god!
Right
goodness.
before the game, like ignoring in the back of the dang bus. But that was players, but also coaching and poor planning. We went to London like 3 days before the dang game.
There you go.
2.5.
That ain't enough time to get.
2.5.
That's what
your whole body clock was off. That's why you was asleep.
No, that was terrible.
That was the
I was
game.
out there yawning at halftime, and I was still, obviously playing for my name at that point. So people was motivated. We were just out of it.
Yeah, and in Jacksonville plays there every year, so it's basically like a home game for them.
Mm-hmm. But they always go there early. They get the same hotels. They get in the routine. The main guys who go in there year to year.
Yeah. If you're not already in country by Wednesday and you got to play on Sunday, you're doing yourself a disservice.
Right.
Like just being real.
Yeah, you can't get acclimated to a completely different time zone in 3 days. I mean, we're not talking about going from East Coast to the West Coast. You're talking about going to another country where you're a day off. Like it's a day, they like a whole day ahead. You know what I mean?
Pull up there on Thursday. You leave on Thursday. It's Friday over there.
Yeah, that's
land, and we went straight to practice.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Think about these big old men. Daniel Falele, he went on the team, but the men of the size of Daniel Falele trying to sleep on these little planes. When the plane hit, you go into practice.
Well, that's torture, bro. That is torture. That is crazy. I can't even imagine getting off a plane. And I'm sure the flight is 12-hour flight, 13, something like that. And then
it's like 8.
Oh, 8. Okay.
So you leave at night. By the time you get there, it's the next day, and we rolling. Crazy.
John Harbaugh, boy, straight off the plane to the practice field. He running y'all like y'all a university or something. Like we at college, like the University of the Ravens. You know what I'm saying? Like you got a bunch of 19-year-olds on the team. 19-year-olds.
Giants players finding out right now. All them people getting hurt. You gonna be well practiced now.
They're gonna be well practiced.
You will not lose for the lack of trying. I can tell you that right now.
Bro, 19-year-olds can roll out of bed and play football. I mean, you got these other guys, these older guys, they gotta stretch, man. They need time to warm up. They need treatment, like the game that's crazy. Anyway, next game we got the
Jesse Minter revenge game.
The revenge game, I guess. The Chargers.
Yes, sir.
It used to be the Harbaugh Bowl, but now it's the Jesse Minter against his old employer. That is also a primetime game, home game, Monday Night Football. Welcoming Jim Harbaugh to Baltimore. What do we think about that one, Coach?
Again, what little strides they think they made, we need to stump them out. Because again, this is an AFC game. It's another one of those games like this in the Bills. We can't play around. Especially if our division is going to be as tough as it's been in the last couple of years, to where it's like, hey, look, we're going 3-3 or worse, and if we're doing that, we got to make sure, like, hey, these games outside of the division, we got to have them. We got to.
Nah, no doubt. I mean, The Chargers are a tough team. Obviously, you got Justin Herbert. You know, depending on which Herbert shows up, you know, good Herbert shows up, you're gonna be in for a dogfight, right? Because he can sling it. You know what I'm saying? And they've added some pieces on offense. It's gonna be interesting though. Mike McDaniel coming from the Miami Dolphins, bringing that offense. You know what I mean? That Shanahan system, play action, right? They got a nice little running back there in Omarion Hampton. So it's gonna be a lot of play action, a lot of outside zone. That offense should protect Herbert. It's a good offense. It's an offense that it's more about the system than it is the players, which is why it allows different players of different talent types to be able to thrive in that offense, right? Guys like Brock Purdy have excelled in that offense. Excuse me. Guys like CJ Stroud have excelled in that offense. We just saw Sam Darnold win a Super Bowl in that offense, right? So various levels of talent have all succeeded in that offense. And so I have no doubts that Herbert will play well in that offense. And so it presents some challenges. Jesse knows the Chargers personnel as he was just there last season. So it should make for an interesting matchup. I know Mike Williams retired. Keenan Allen is still out there. Who are their receivers, coach? I know they got Quentin Johnston.
Lad McConkey. They got old boy from Ole Miss. What is his name? Give me 2 seconds. Trey Harris.
Yeah, Trey Harris.
They got him, and then that matter of fact, they got another young receiver as well. Hold on.
So their off-season additions, they brought in Tyler Biadasz, center from the Commanders.
Mm-hmm.
They signed Keaton Mitchell, who we all know and love, from the Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
They brought in nose tackle Dalvin Tomlinson.
They got Njoku too. That's who another person I was thinking about.
Yeah, they signed David Njoku, tight end. Alec Ingold, fullback, who was with the Dolphins last year with McDaniels. They also signed Charlie Kolar, former Raven, along with Keaton Mitchell. Charlie! And then they get Trey Lance as well as a backup quarterback. Yeah, so pretty good. I mean, they had a good offseason.
Yeah, they
Charlie, Keaton, Thomason, Biadasz, Ingold. I mean, when you think about what they already had, adding that, it's a pretty good haul.
Yeah, it should be a solid out, but we should win.
Yeah, Ravens are the better team. I agree. Ravens are the better team. Too many times under Harbaugh, even being the better team, that didn't always mean anything. You know what I'm saying? And we would always lose, unexplained and inexplicable games that you're just not supposed to lose. And which is why it always put us in a situation later in the season where certain games are must wins because, early in the season, you drop a game against the Raiders, right, at home, or you drop a game against the Colts at home, or you're losing the team that is like, you shouldn't be losing to them. You know what I mean? And then now you got to make up for it later against a tougher opponent. So hopefully under Jesse, that is over with, that is done, that is gone, and they will stop playing down to the level of the competition and just play up for everybody and realize that anybody can beat you if you don't play your best game. Next game, we have the Carolina Panthers. Haven't played them in a couple years. Interesting team. They were a playoff team last year. Bryce Young, to me, is getting better. He's taken some steps the last couple years. They've added some weapons for him. Teteroy McMillan at receiver, most notably. They also drafted what's my boy
Leggett.
No, Chris Brazzell from Tennessee.
Brazzell, yep.
Yeah, big speed receiver. Yeah, they still have Leggett, but this is a tough year for him, make it a break it year for him, I think. You'll see, what they do with the running back position. So what do we think? Carolina, is that a game that we should be worried about? What are we thinking?
Go ahead, Coach.
Hey, come out and handle your business. All those receivers are young receivers looking to try and prove themselves and prove their worth or their value and whatnot. And we can't let them have a career game against us. But I think if we don't give any kind of turnovers, I think we're fine. What's going to be very, very interesting for me is how our run game is going to do against their young interior D line. Because I'm not overlooking Derrick Brown, and I'm surely not overlooking what's his name that they got in the draft. So I think both of those guys could, they stifle our run game. Now we're talking about a whole nother ball game because if we can't run it, we know what that looks like. I'm not sitting there saying anything's wrong with Lamar or the receiving threats or anything like that, but we talking about just probability. If you got to throw 40 passes, it's only been so long. No matter who the quarterback is, you're gonna make some mistakes. So I really would like if we have both elements of the game on offense intact, and we could just go ahead and put it to bed. And by in the third quarter, we resting the starters.
Yeah. Carolina's additions this offseason: Jalen Phillips, edge rusher from the Eagles, most recently came over in free agency. They also got Devin Lloyd. He was like the prize of their offseason, getting him away from Jacksonville. They got offensive tackle Rasheed Walker from the Green Bay Packers. They also signed Kenny Pickett to a 1-year deal to be a backup to Bryce Young. And their rookie class is highlighted by Monroe Freeland, tackle from Georgia, and Lee Hunter, defensive tackle from Texas Tech. So
Mobile finest.
Yep, solid offseason, man. I think they had a solid offseason. I mean, getting Devin, I'm surprised Jacksonville let Devin Lloyd go, man. He just came off a career year. That was kind of shocking.
He priced himself out of there, man. And that's what I was saying like a few episodes ago. Like he's one of the ones that I would be looking at because like I got it. Like most people think hey, we got solid answers in some of our guys. But I'm sitting there telling you, like, look, if I got a guy that can do it all right beside Rowe, just think about that. Like
he got 3 years. Lloyd got 3 years, $42 million.
We ain't had the money for that, though.
No, solid payday, but we can't invest that much money into. We've already invested too much into the linebacker position.
Yeah,
to invest more would make no sense. I think Teddy Buchanan is going to be good, man. I think he's going to be a really good player. Just got to give him time to get healthy, and I think once he is healthy, he'll be a solid guy next to Roquan. Then this next game, listen, Houston Texans, November 29th in Houston. That team is tough, especially on defense. I mean, I know we've been beating up on the Texans the last few years, but this one right here, sideways. This one, that defense is nasty. Like that reminds me of some of our defenses, Coach.
I mean, shoot. I was like, Doom and Suggs went crazy one time. I was like, I don't know if we had a pass rush like that, but them two boy on the edge.
Oh my gosh. And then did you see what they added though? Like what they added this offseason is, I mean, to already crazy defense. I mean, Amari Lassiter is the real deal on the other side.
We didn't even talk about their secondary yet.
Man, that's what I'm saying. Kamari Lassiter, bro.
Yeah, his secondary is crazy. So for me, I think the key to this game is going to be them being able to move the ball on us offensively. And the acquisition of David Montgomery scares me.
Yes. I was just about to go over their acquisitions. They added David Montgomery. They added Wyatt Teller as a guard. They extended Daniil Hunter and Dalton Schultz. They signed Braden Smith, offensive tackle. They got Reed Blankenship from Philly, along with all the other pieces they already got there. They also added Logan Hall as well. So that defense is solid, right? And I think Blankenship is a really under the radar player that I think he fits really good into that defense. Their draft haul, I believe, they got Keelan Rutledge, the guard from Georgia Tech, and then they got Caden McDonald. That was the one. Yeah, because Caden McDonald was a first round pick that they got in the second round.
You remember I said
on that defense. That defense is crazy.
I said it in the mock. I said Caden McDaniel cannot go to the Houston Texans. Because you go there, Caden McDonald goes to Houston Texans, not good.
Dog, I was worried about him going there in the first round. They got him in the second round, and they got Keelan Rutledge. I mean, that O line is going to be so much better when you think about them adding Wyatt Teller and adding Braden Smith and then adding Keelan Rutledge. But that D line though, that's all they needed, right? All they needed was a guy like Caden McDonald on the middle of that defense. Now you put him in the middle with Daniil Hunter on one side. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man.
Look, this
Like,
team gonna go as far as CJ
Stroud. Yeah.
If he
Will Anderson also got an extension
where
as
he's
well.
supposed to be, they're gonna be up there.
Yeah. Yeah. Will Anderson, I think he just got an extension as well. So yeah, that defense is scary good. And Derek Stingley is really just, to me, I know some people who just automatically go PS2, but I think there's a conversation that Stingley could be the best cornerback in the NFL.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, for sure. Like, he could be.
Absolutely.
I know people think PS2 and PS2 rightfully so, obviously, but there's a conversation that Derek Stingley is probably the best corner in the league. So yeah, that defense is scary. Let's see. She Talk says if our O-line is performing up to par, we can do it, but it may not be easy. The great thing is they don't know our offense either. Advantage Ravens. I mean, we played them so late. By then, there'll be a lot of film on us. We played them in week 12, right? So by then,
it ain't gonna be no may not, my boy. A ma'am. I don't know who said that. But
oh, ma'am, that's
it ain't gonna be easy, ma'am.
It will not be easy. That will not be easy.
Game to watch.
That's gonna be a dog fight, and I'm glad it's in. Is that what that ain't in prime time? Is it? No, that's 1 o'clock. But that's gonna be a dog fight, man.
I need to go to that one or the Falcons. I might save it and go to that one.
Bro, I mean, it comes down to CJ Stroud. Like, I don't know if you were saying it, Coach or Mike. It really comes down to CJ Stroud. Like, if he gets his act together, that team can go as far as they want to go.
They ready to win, right?
But that's a big if. You know what I mean? Because last year in them playoffs, CJ Stroud looked awful. You know what I mean? So we will have to see.
Yeah. Once you speed him up, that's when things go bad. So you ain't even got to sack him. Just speed him up. Once you speed him up, yeah.
Is this year 4 for him?
Yeah, he came out in the same year as Zay Flowers.
It's time to go. Yep. It's time to go.
Yeah, it's time to go for CJ because he had that outstanding rookie season, right?
Yep.
And then it's been downhill ever since. And that's kind of how his career was at Ohio State. There was always like these unbelievable plays and these moments where CJ Stroud looks like this pure, polished pocket passer. And there's other moments where you be like, what the heck was that, CJ? Right? He has moments where he puts it together. His last game at Ohio State was a playoff game, college football playoff game. He had one of the best games I ever seen.
Smith and Jigba went crazy?
Yeah, bro. He had one of the best games I had ever seen.
It was like the Rose Bowl or something, right?
They lost to who did they lose to? Was it Michigan?
Oregon? Was it Oregon?
Maybe it was Oregon. Or TCU. TCU, because remember TCU went to the national championship that year. And they got blown out by I think they got blown out by, was it Georgia? I can't remember. But that was his last game at Ohio State was unbelievable. That's what got him drafted number 2 overall. That last game was outstanding. Yeah, it was Georgia. Thank you, Sedarius. He played outstanding, and that momentum rolled into his rookie season. He played outstanding in his rookie season. After that, though, it's been like, what happened to CJ Stroud? You know, so yes, everything is lying on CJ Stroud. How good he is will determine how far they go.
So you said it was like The Price is Right, the melody.
All right, week 13 bye week. Mike, gotta ask you on this one. What did you think about the late bye weeks? Do you prefer a late bye or an early bye?
I think the late is good. You know, you kind of depending on how you catch your injuries, right? You always gonna have some kind of small run on the injuries. But the later you can get that bye, if you're like a playoff team, the better. Just gives you that mental reset, right?
Right.
So, yeah, I like it for us just because obviously we look to be in the hunt to win it all.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, you just got to make as much as we can. If we can keep those injuries to a minimum, that'll play big on the back end.
Yeah. Coach, first 12 games, we're at the bye week. What do you think the record is at this point? Give me a prediction. What's the record after the first 12 games?
I'm gonna go 9-3. I'm gonna go 9-3.
9-3. Okay. I mean, if you go in the week 13 bye at 9-3, I think you take that. You take that, right? Like the NFL is hard. It's hard to win games, and I know no one knows this more than Mike. It's hard to win games in the league, right? And whoever you thought was bad last year, this year they could be completely different, right? Look, no one thought New England would be in the Super Bowl last year, right? Even the Seattle Seahawks, they jumped their progression. Like everybody thought they would be better, but Super Bowl better? No, right? And so some of these teams that we look at right now and say, Atlanta, the Titans, Jacksonville, whatever, we don't think much of them. They could be this year's Seattle or New England, right? So we just don't know. So 9-3 is a respectable start. Mike, what you think?
I can see 9-3 or 8-4.
Yeah, same. I see some early growing pain. That's why I think that week 1 game against the Colts could be a loss. It's on the road against a team that is not a bad team at all. I think the perception of the Colts is that they're not good, but I think they're a lot better talent team than people think they are or give them credit for. Again, they was running away with the 1 seed last year before, they started getting injuries. They get Sauce Gardner back this year. You get Sauce on that defense, and all those guys they got. I think that could be a recipe for an L early in the season. But other than that, I do like the 9-3, 8-4 start. Do we come out of the bye and we go against Tampa Bay? Tampa Bay, December 13th at 1 p.m. at home. Finally, we get Tampa at home instead of having to go to Tampa. What do we think about that? Baker Mayfield coming back to a place that he knows well. Ruben Bain, a guy that a lot of Ravens fans wanted the Ravens to draft. He'll be having something to prove that day. Vita Vea on that defense. Antoine Winfield Jr. They lost Mike Evans, but they drafted our boy Ted Hurst. They had an outstanding draft in my opinion. Just with all the picks, Bain, they get Trotter, they get Ted Hurst, they got Keontae Scott from University of Miami, the nickel corner. So, Coach, what you think about this one, man? Coming out the bye, Tampa Bay.
This is one of those things to where, I hope they're not looking around, because if we're looking at this, I think it's more of the division is up for grabs versus the Tampa Bay. But now, if I'm them, I would look this in the face and say, hey, look, this is a statement game for us, because it's going to show us, hey, look, all right, if we're firing on all cylinders, or there's going to be some kind of rust that we got to work off of after the bye week. If we come out and we handle our business, that should give us a good bit of a vote of confidence going into the divisional games. So I think it'll be tight, but I do think the Ravens should handle their business. So,
what you think, Mike?
Yeah, I think we should win this one. Tampa Bay with Todd Bowles, their defense always can give you fit. Like I said, I like their offense, but I don't think it's explosive enough to beat us. But it's any given Sunday. But I think they're kind of like the Colts. They're a real well put together team, but they're not always flashy, and I think that's why people sometimes underestimate these folks. But no, they got some boys on their defense.
Yeah, they do.
Diaby kid off the chain. Like I said, love Big D. We'll see what Ruben Bain got, and like I said, Whitfield he underrated for sure. So, it might be a tough one, but we should win that one. That score might not look as good as most people.
I think the last time we played them, we got them pretty good, didn't we, Coach?
Yeah, when we went down there, we was beating them pretty bad.
Yeah, we got I was actually surprised. I was like, "Oh man, we."
That's when
we
both of
we
the
need
boys
to-
got hurt though. Godwin,
Mhm.
You
Right.
played in that game, right, Mike? Did you play in that game?
yeah, Godwin broke his leg, and
Oh yeah, oh my god, and it was late in the
game.
game when that happened. By the
Tore
way,
up his
that was
quad
crazy,
that same day.
Yeah.
Yeah, they both got hurt.
bro. That's crazy. It was a 10-point win by you guys, 41-31.
They scored quite a few at the end.
At the end, yeah, they kind of made it look better than it was, but the game really wasn't close. Honestly, I'm not even a Bucks fan, and I was frustrated at them because at Todd Bowles because the game was over. Chris Godwin shouldn't even have been in the game, and that injury would have never happened had he been on the sideline. I mean, the game was over, and he got injured like late in the fourth quarter, and he had to answer for that. I think the next day he on the podium, they why was he in the game at that point? The game was pretty much over. He was like, well, we like to finish strong and all this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, bro, now you just lost one of your best receivers for the season because you want to finish strong in a game that it was over with. There was no finishing strong. The game was over.
Burning the chicken, brother. You was well done. You was cooked.
It was cooked. Yeah. It was cooked. There was nothing to gain from that game. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Byron says Bowles should have been fired for that Godwin injury.
Right.
Let's wrap these last ones up. We got as you can see, we got Steelers sandwiched between 4 games. So you got the Steelers December 20th at 1 p.m. in Pittsburgh. Then you got the Browns, the Bengals, and then the Steelers again. So to give us the division for the last 4 to close it out, Coach, if you would have had you had a crystal ball, how do you think we come out of that 4-game stretch? 2-2, 4-0, 3-1.
I'm saying 2-2, but because again, it's like I'm not at a bye. It may take us the game to get right. You know what I'm saying? And then we got one of our division rivals right after that. So it's like because I can foresee now this other thing too, because we played 2 division rivals beforehand. I can see, hey, look, those first 2 division games may put us in, first place in the division. So now we sitting there saying, hey, look, we got something to play for those last 2.
Yeah, that Bengals game is on New Year's Eve, by the way. So that's another.
Where is that at?
That's in Cincinnati.
God dog.
Yeah, that's my only gripe with the schedule. Is like you just say, hey, look, your division don't matter until the last part of the season. Like, and I'm just like, man, at least give us one more game in there before those last 4. Like, give me one more, and then I'll be good.
Yeah.
I don't fear the Steelers like I fear the Bengals.
Yeah. It's the firepower,
That's the
right?
thing.
It's the fire. It's the offensive. Like they could just explode at any time. Like
you don't know what you're walking in there into.
And it's in Cincinnati. They are tough in Cincinnati. That's gonna be interesting.
That is gonna be interesting. The Browns are probably gonna be ready to lay down by the end.
For me,
they're gonna have the U-Haul trucks already packed up, huh?
I don't care nothing about Aaron Rodgers and Steelers.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Yeah. For me, it's more get back than fear. They like we got to get our get back against them. Like
they swept us last year, huh?
And that's what I want to do right back to them.
Mm.
Like so.
That Tampa Bay game though is going to be physical, and to play the Steelers the next game, which is usually a physical game. Now we'll see how physical are the Steelers going to be this year without Tomlin, right? I feel like a lot of their identity and their physicality came from the coach, right? Like they were a reflection of the coach. Now they have an offensive-minded coach, right? And they haven't had an offensive-minded coach in a long time. I mean, even Bill Cowher was a defensive guy. So what's the identity of that team? Are they going to all of a sudden be, just this offensive-minded team and not necessarily be as what they used to be on defense? That'll be interesting. Like, I agree with Mike. I mean, by the time we get to December 27th, I mean, we don't even know who's gonna be playing quarterback at that point, and the U-Haul truck should be all packed up. They might be even having conversations about whether Todd Monken will be back next year at that point. And then the Bengals game is probably the one that scares me the most because it is New Year's Eve, it's a holiday, and it's on the road, and it's against a team that that hates your guts, because you always beat them. They got that little brother mentality. So that should be interesting. To wrap it up, give me a record for the season, Coach. Full season.
So if I had to pick it, I would go 12-5 is what I would say will be a good record for the Ravens this year.
12-5. Okay. What you think, Mike?
I'm right around there. 12 or 11 wins. Hopeful for 12.
Okay.
Like I said, we don't need to fumble those layup games.
Yeah. Nah.
That's really what that boils down to.
Mm-hmm. You got to get out of the habit of losing the game to teams you shouldn't lose to.
We don't need to drop 1 or 2 that we just should have. Somebody said 13-4.
13-4. Mm-hmm. I say
we got a rookie coach, baby. I just can't go there. I can't jump out on these limbs without seeing. We don't have no reason to. We just don't have no proof of concept yet.
Yeah, I'm a little on the lower side. I don't think it's one of those seasons where we just run through. I'm gonna say 11-6.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say 11-6. Just because you gotta add the variable in that we have a rookie head coach, we have a first-year offensive coordinator, we have a head coach who's going to be calling the defense and being the head coach for the first time ever.
Second-year defensive coordinator.
Second-year defensive coordinator. And then we got a bunch of guys from college on the staff. That's a lot of change, a lot of inexperience, all at one time. That's a lot of new. And it's going to take some of that time. It's going to take some for that to gel. And so I don't see you just, roll, 11-6 is still pretty good for a first-year head coach. I mean, Mike McDonald won 10 games his rookie season in Seattle. He won 10 games, and then the next year he won the Super Bowl. So I can see 11-6. I mean, let's be real, fellas. Am I wrong? It doesn't matter what the Ravens do in the regular season. We all watching for the playoffs.
Yeah, I could care less.
11-6, 12-5, 13-4. Once they qualify for the playoffs, it's on and popping. That's all we care about, right? And so they just need to be the team they need to be when that time comes. So maybe it is okay and good for them to face some adversity during the season, so that way when they get to the playoffs, they kind of know who they are. They know, what they can overcome, what they can't overcome, and they've been battle tested, right? I don't want them to go into the playoffs and they've been cakewalking through the schedule, and the playoffs coming, and all of a sudden they're getting punched in the mouth and they don't know what to do. They don't know how to respond. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, we got to at least get to the championship game.
Oh, yeah. And I was going to ask you guys, the expectations this year for Jesse Minter. Mike just said AFC Championship game. Is that or bust, Mike? It's got to be AFC Championship
game. Or the
game.
round before.
Divisional?
Or the round before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Divisional. What you think, Coach? What's your expectation? And what do you think the realistic expectation should be?
Tough, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm right around there too. Reason why I say that, right, is because we got to have some kind of success in the playoffs, because otherwise it's a wash, right? Because we just talked about, we're not really focused too much on the regular season, right? We focus on the playoffs, and I just feel like, hey, again, if we get the 1 seed, now I'm talking about championship. We got to at least get to the AFC Championship, right? And then if we don't get the 1 seed, it's like, hey, at least get to the division or some of that nature. So yeah, I'm with that. Divisional round or either the championship, AFC Championship.
Yeah, I agree. I think AFC Championship game at minimum, right? Like this team is good enough to go divisional round easily. AFC Championship game should be the minimum, because once the playoffs start, I think they will be one of the better teams in that group of playoff teams. So yeah, get to the AFC Championship game. I would like to win it, obviously, and get to the Super Bowl. But if they don't, it's not the end of the season. It's not the end of the world. It's not like when John lost in the AFC Championship game in 23. It was like, come on, bro. We've been doing this for years now. Like, you gotta, come on, man. Jesse is like, oh, it's your first year. It looks different, right? It's a, you know what I mean? You
But
don't want to lose.
So this is what I'm thinking as we keep saying this, right?
Okay.
Logically, this would make sense, what we're saying. But him being a rookie head coach, that's like damn near unheard of.
Yeah.
But we only had, because our team is so old, you don't normally just have a rookie head coach
with this team
coming
with this
into super lofty expectations.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, how many more years we got Lamar in the contract? 1 or 2?
1.
He walking into a window that's like mega short.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry ain't gonna be there forever. I mean,
Yep.
you know, Kyle Hamilton will, but some of our main mark, since we let Likely go, we got Ronnie Stanley gonna be gone at some point, you know what I'm saying, in the near future.
Mm-hmm.
So he walking into a tight window.
There he is. This reminds
you can say that's a rookie head coach. You need to go to the divisional round. I know, like I said, logically we all on the same page, but I was saying, sounds crazy.
Have we seen this in any sport?
Inherited, right?
Have we ever seen this in any sport where like a rookie coach is taking over a team that's like ready to win a championship right now? Like,
was Gruden the head coach before he took the Tampa job?
Yeah, he was with the Raiders. He got traded to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Okay.
So what I can think of basketball. Remember Eric Spoelstra when he had the Dwayne Wade, LeBron, and Bosch Heat? Like he was a rookie head coach that year, and he had a team of 3 of the best players in the NBA, and the expectations was we don't care that you're a rookie. You got 3 of the best players in the NBA.
The other part about this too is like we talked about the young guys, but we got to mention the older guys too, right? The preparation that they and then we got some former players on the staff, so it's like instant relatability to those players and say, hey, look, I know what the grind looks like. I know what this good football looks like. I know what bad football looks like. But then also on top of this, we got some guys that should be coordinators or head coaches on the staff as well. So again, I think that for me, the 2 key pieces is Weave and Letford, right? Because if they can squeeze out the production from those guys, I think our trenches are much more controlled. We ain't even got to have a 20-sack guy on the roster, but if we as a collective can say, hey, look, we're top 5 in sacks, we're top 10 in turnovers. I think that giving that to Lamar, now we're saying, hey, look, all right, I think this bodes well, especially if that stuff shows up in the playoffs. Because as much success Lamar's team has had in the regular season, it didn't we didn't play complimentary football when it came to playoffs. Like if we play compliment, like I think I did the math. I think we have less than 3 turnovers in the playoffs as a defense. Like can't happen. And I got it. Turnovers or some things that we can't plan for, but at the same time, you can't sit here and say, hey, look, we got to be able to maximize that opportunity. Like we have to. Like even if it ain't a pick 6 or forced fumble for a touchdown, we got to turn the ball over or at least get short fields for our offense.
Right. She Talk says McDonald took a team to the Super Bowl at year 2. He didn't have the players that we have. I'd say Mentor is starting with a better overall team. It could be done. Why not? I mean, yeah, I think we all agree it could be done. It's just going to be. I think we're just acknowledging that it's going to be tough. You know what I mean? Just because I do think the AFC is a tougher conference than the NFC,
there you go.
in my opinion. So I think that's part of it. You got to, Mahomes is going to be back and the Chiefs are going to be back. They, I think last year was a year for like the Patriots to kind of get in there, sneak in there, because a lot of the best teams just kind of had a bad year last year. The Ravens run in the playoffs, right? The Chiefs run in the playoffs. So that's 2 of the best quarterbacks in the NFL right there, not even in the playoffs. So you assume Lamar's going to be back, Mahomes is going to be back, Joe Burrow wasn't in the playoffs either. So you're assuming he's going to be back in there.
Denver almost went to the championship off straight defense.
Right. Denver almost went to the Super Bowl off straight defense. So you gotta think that last year was that year for a team to sneak in. Yeah, it was an aberration. Team to sneak in because the powers of the AFC were kind of down. This year, I don't see that happening. And so we got to do what we got to do. We got to lock in. I don't think it's impossible. I do think it's tough. and the expectation should be, if they don't make it to Super Bowl, it shouldn't be like, complete disappointment. But I do think AFC Championship game, divisional round at minimum, but AFC Championship game for sure. And hopefully that AFC Championship game is in Baltimore because they got some wrongs to right. Yeah.
Yeah. You got to think about this, man, like the stock market. Past performance is not indicative of future performance. We just don't know. What Mike did was some historical type stuff. That don't happen all the time. So I can't just put that squarely on bro's shoulders just because, like I said, everybody got their own journey. But we understand where you're coming from for sure.
Yeah. Mike is Mike. Jesse is Jesse. I don't want us to get caught up in that comparison because there are some people unknowingly, right? Not even intentionally, are going to compare Mike to Jesse. Or
he
Jesse
did it, so you need to do it, right?
Yeah. They're going to have that expectation that, well, he did it. Why can't you? Like you should do the same thing. You guys were on the staff together. You guys were at Michigan together, right? So you should do the same thing. And it's like, nah, man. Like Jesse is Jesse. Mike is Mike.
Listen, there's a whole bunch of people that coach for Bill Belichick. I ain't seen none of them but Vrabel. Do too high. Hey, past performance is not indicative of future performance.
That is a fact.
But we hope it is for our sake.
That is a fact. All right. Well, closing remarks, Coach.
So for me, I like the schedule that we got, but at the same time, I'm not putting too many expectations out there. Like some people are already, trying to forecast, what the season is going to look like for receivers and stuff like that. I seen the 1,600 yards, Zay Flowers type of season. I just want them to be successful, and I want everybody to be involved. That's all I want. I want everybody to be. I don't want to be on the roster. A guy got 16 games he played in, and he got 48 yards. I don't want that. That to me, I don't think that's complimentary football. And then when you do stuff like that, people are going to pick up on your tendencies. So I want everybody involved as much as possible. So,
Mike, closing remark.
Yeah, man, I'm just excited. So I'm excited to see how our O-line shakes out throughout camp and the preseason for the younger guys. I'm excited to see how get whatever glimpses we're going to get. I'm sure they're going to keep it super vanilla. What our offense may be looking like set wise and all that stuff, but it's gonna be a good season. I could care less about all the stats and stuff. I don't gamble or do nothing like that. But I'm just looking forward to us playing really good complimentary football, like Coach says. And like I said, as long as that amounts to wins, I don't care nothing about the score. I don't care nothing about no stats. Obviously, the boys need their stats to get paid, but if we playing winning football and it's building throughout the year, that's all I'm really looking for from Coach Mentor. And then, like I said, the playoffs, that's just building off momentum and going from there. So, if we can play a good season, we beat teams we need to beat, and just keep getting better throughout the year, I think we'll be in a good spot when the playoffs come.
I agree 100%. Yeah, same thing for me, man. Look, temper expectations. Let Jesse be Jesse, right? Like, don't hold the shadow of Mike McDonald over his head, right? He's not replacing Mike McDonald. He's replacing John Harbaugh, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, let's not forget that. He's not replacing Mike.
He
Mike
shouldn't even be in this conversation, really.
Right. Mike really shouldn't even be in this conversation. He's the predecessor to John Harbaugh, right? Like, let's keep that in. If we can keep that context right there in the front of our brains, we'll realize that we got nowhere to go but up. You know what I'm saying? We got nowhere to go but up.
I'm crying, Matt, because I know ain't nobody gonna be out there looking like, all right, we just gotta get 8 wins. And we got the same.
No, man. I mean, Mike kind of alluded to it, right? We got to stop losing to teams that we shouldn't lose to. We got to stop playing down to the competition. That is something that we've seen over the last few years under John Harbaugh. We have to stop beating ourselves, right? The same pressure every year after every playoff loss. John Harbaugh goes up there and says, we beat ourselves, right? Even though we just watched a game in which your coaches only gave the running backs 6 carries in a championship game, you're going to say we beat ourselves. No. You beat the team and the team lost, right? So, yes, you guys are a team, but we all got eyeballs and we know the game. Just because we fans doesn't mean we don't know the game. We all played the game at some level. We know what we watching. We're not idiots. And when you give the running back 6 carries in a playoff game, when you got Dalvin Cook sitting on the bench, standing on the sideline next to the coach, and he doesn't get 1 carry, not 1 touch, doesn't even get in the game, and you like, that's just the way it went. Like, you know, that is over with, right? We're happy that is over with. That hey, coach, why didn't Dalvin Cook play in the game? That's just the way the game went.
What basketball coach said analytically we won all these games? Was that
analytically, you know,
was that the Spurs or Spurs or the Knicks?
No. It was I think it was Philly.
Philly.
They got I think they were saying analytically we won all these games.
Yep.
Boy, you done lost 4 games and you won 1.
Mm-hmm.
So you assisted in them beating ourselves. That's what you should say.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
Matter of fact, put yourself on their payroll.
Because I think I speak for most fans when I say we tired of hearing about how you beat yourself. I mean, one time, okay, cool.
Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah. Bro, one time it's like, all right, damn, you beat yourself, man. We got to be better next time. The next time you beat yourself, you're like, oh, come on, you beat yourself again. But okay, cool. The third time, we like, all right, man. Definition of insanity, man. We're doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. It's just not going to happen. So it's just like we can't keep beating ourselves every year, right? Like at some point, you got to beat the opponent, So that's what Jesse's replacing. And so be excited about Jesse. Be excited about what he's bringing to the table and in his era, right? John came in. He had a chance to put his stamp on what Raven football looked like in his era, and Jesse should be afforded the same opportunity to come in and do his thing, no matter how that looks, right? Even if it doesn't look as pretty as we wanted to immediately, just understand, have some patience. But I do agree with Mike. We got a lot of veterans, and he might not be afforded the same amount of patience that some new head coaches usually have. So other than that, we thank you. We thank you. Thank you for rocking with us, man. Everybody who left comments. If we didn't post your comments, please forgive us. We try to post as many as we can. We will be back next week. So keep it locked. Also, man, email us at blackwingplaybook@gmail.com. Any questions that you have, any topics that you want us to address on the show, I will receive those emails. We will go through the best ones and we will feature them on the show. And so, like I said, this is an interactive show. So we just want to definitely make sure that you guys feel heard and that you feel like you're a part of the show. Other than that, man, we thank you and y'all have a good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, and friends, the Baltimore Ravens.
Johnny Unitas needs 17 more to break Tittle's record as the all-time passer in the National Football League.
We all know that Lamar Jackson has serious star power. The Ravens have the best record in the league. He has a top selling.
Zappi. Oh, big foul touchdown. My goodness. Michael Pierce.
The Baltimore Ravens select Lamar Jackson.
Wow. This is the instincts. The God-given gives the awareness to go beat him to the punt.
Hey.